Hey guys, Brian Silvestri here live in Central Harlem, and this is part of a new series that I'm working here on social media to show you guys what it's like to live in a certain neighborhood. So I'm here in Central Harlem in a historic district. Central Harlem is roughly bounded by 125th Street and 145th Street, 5th Avenue and Frederick Douglass, give or take. So a lot of times people will come here to buy because they want some more space. So if you're living in a smaller apartment further downtown and you want more room, a townhouse in Harlem might be the way to go. I'm on a landmark block here. This is West 136th Street between Frederick Douglass and Adam Clayton Powell. And you can see some of the townhouses behind me. It's a double brownstone block, and when we talk about a double brownstone block, we just mean that there's brownstones on both sides of the street. So this became a landmark district back in end of last year. So we could talk a little bit about what that means, but I want to show you a little bit inside the house. So this house here behind me is 4 stories, you can see. And most common layout for a townhouse is a two-family. So usually like a two-family house, you'd have 3 floors for the owner and then 1 floor as on the garden apartment for a rental. Okay, so that gets you roughly 2,000 or so square feet in space. Now, this house is set up a little bit differently. This is a 4-family. So this usually is the type of property that's purchased more for someone for like a rental income, or someone who wants to live in one apartment and use the other apartments for income. So let's take a look around a little bit. So we have a nice sized living room here, kitchen, okay, lots of exposed brick. This building is 17 feet wide. So 17 feet is kind of a common size for a townhouse. Okay, it was updated about 15, 16 years ago. And we have 2 bedrooms in the back of the building. Typically brownstones have a nice sized yard in the back. So you might have as much as 40 feet of yard space. Okay, here's the 2nd bedroom. Right now, this particular apartment is for rent for $2,500 a month. So you could do the math on that. 4 times 2,500, you're getting at least 10 grand in income. Okay, and this building is worth about $2 million in today's market. It's not currently for sale, but just so you kind of get an idea. $2 million is a good price range to buy something in Harlem right now in this market. With the interest rates going up, we've seen a slower volume to sales. So if you're looking to get in a larger space, now could be a very good time to do it. When I was selling during the pandemic, we saw a lot of people that were upgrading, getting into the market. So selling a studio, buying a 1-bedroom, okay, selling a 2, getting a 3. That's very common. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of that as well. People are coming into the market and selling one place and buying another because there's a little bit of a pause in terms of prices. So it's a great time to upgrade. But anyway, so you have different layouts in these townhouses. Most common layout is going to be a 2-family. So you'll have like 2 apartments. You have 2 apartments altogether. 1 apartment would be 3 floors, and another apartment would be 1 floor, and that would be the garden level, and that could be a rental income or just for family. Okay, one thing that you kind of need to think about, is you need to think about the space that you need, and of course, assuming that you're going to live there. how much space you would want and if you need to have access to the yard. Usually these townhouses will have, as you see, there's the row going that way. Townhouses will have, most common setup will be 3 floors for the owner. If you look at the townhouses behind me, those top 3 floors are for the owner, and then the bottom floor is usually a tenant. But they can be any kind of configuration that you want. To renovate one of these townhouses, I mean, it can be very attractive to find something where you get it and then at a lower price and then renovate it. But these are over 3,000 square feet. So over 3,000 square feet, if you just call up your average retail contractor, it's $1 million to rip everything out and put everything in new and make it really beautiful. Depending on what you're doing, if you want to do a more modest renovation, I could assist with that, and you could probably, for $300-400, you can do something really, really beautiful. What else? Okay, well, so one of the reasons that people liked also to live in Harlem is because of transportation. So back behind me, a couple avenues over, we have the 2 train, and in front of me we have the B and the C train. If you locate yourself around 125th Street or 145th Street, you're gonna catch the A and the D. So you're gonna get the express train, which is 2 stops or 1 stop from 125th Street to 59th Street Columbus Circle. So you can get into Midtown in like 15 minutes, give or take. So transportation is excellent. Whole Foods is on 125th Street. Okay, Trader Joe's is coming to the neighborhood as well. If a townhouse is a little too ambitious for right now, there's plenty of condos, okay? And there's lots of buildings with low monthly charges, partly because a lot of the places that were built, they got a tax abatement. So with the tax abatement, you pay lower monthly charges. So it can be a great place to really upgrade the amount of space that you have. Parks, schools, everything is here. Restaurants, okay, 125th Street, around that corridor, you have Red Rooster, Sylvia's. Okay, over here in front of me, we have St. Nicholas Park. Schools, there's a school right here. There's charter schools, there's public schools. There's all sorts of options. So that's a little bit of a tour for you guys of Harlem. Okay, and there's always new construction going on, as you can see by the green fence behind me. So as always, I think first step is to, if you've kind of figured out your price range and you've gotten your pre-approval, then I think it's to kind of see what neighborhoods, what pockets that you like. Okay, we just came from the Dorrance Brooks Historic District. Okay, there's also an area called Strivers Row, which is on 138th and 139th Street, and that's a very coveted neighborhood. There's other historic districts. So there's a lot of different options here, a lot of different types of houses. You can see these very lovely homes behind me over here as we walk down closer to St. Nicholas Park, which is right in front of us over there. Okay, you'll walk through St. Nicholas Park and you can get over to West Harlem. So that's all I got for you for today. If you guys have any questions, so there's lots of different ways that you could finance a purchase. You can put down the usual 20% or more and just pay a monthly mortgage. These days, there's adjustable rate mortgages, which if you qualify, you can bring the rate down and yet lock it for 10 years, and you get a considerably lower rate than you would on a fixed. Okay. If you're a physician, you could put down less than 20% and not have to pay mortgage insurance. You can also put down even less than 10% depending on your income and get into your first purchase. All right, any questions? Be sure to make a comment. I'm happy to answer and to help out. And please hit the like button. See you soon.